iOS 17 Beta 1 is quite an interesting update. If you take a look at the WWDC 2023 keynote where Apple talked about iOS 17, you probably would think that this is a very boring update, because usually Apple will talk about features that most likely most of iOS users don't care about. They didn't talk about interactive widgets on iOS 17, which is really cool, the new motion wallpapers, the new cool features on the Spotlight search where you can toggle your settings on and off, and other features that are very useful. And iOS 17 Beta 1 has already around 200 new features and changes. But what's next? Of course, Beta 2. Beta 2 will be released pretty soon, so in this video we're going to talk about that update, what can we expect, and of course when you can get iOS 17 Beta 2 on your device. So first of all, as you probably know by now, iOS 17 Dev Beta is actually free. I don't know why, but Apple made this free for everyone, so you don't need a dev account. All you have to do is go to your settings, general software update, go to updates right here, actually beta updates, and just select the update and you're good to go. Anyone can install this beta on their device. Even though it is not recommended that you do so, if you want to install it, just wait for the public beta until this is more stable. Even though, in my experience, having betas all the time on my device, this is actually quite good. It's not as buggy as, let's say, iOS 15 or iOS 16 Beta 1, which is really interesting. So what to expect from the next beta? Let's take a look first at some of the features that have been reported by numerous sources that are coming to iOS 17, which I would expect some of them to actually come to iOS 17 with the second beta. First off is the new wallet app. There have been numerous reports regarding a new wallet app that is coming, a total redesign with iOS 17, but with the first beta we didn't get this new feature. But of course Apple had all their forces on the new AR headset and all that stuff, so a lot of the bigger features most likely will come with the next iOS 17 betas. So we don't lose hope, probably there will be way more new features coming to iOS 17, like the wallet app here, and there probably will be more widgets. So you know that with iOS 17 we finally got interactive widgets for the home screen. So first off, we have the one from the reminders and the music one, which are actually interactable. You can pause and play music and do everything right there, which is really cool. With Beta 2, I'm expecting Apple to actually push that to other widgets as well and make more interactive widgets for your device. Now this is really huge. Probably you won't know how huge this feature is until you get iOS 17, the final release, and we get apps from devs released on the App Store with interactive widgets, which will be actually a game changer for the home screen of your device. Another thing I would expect to see changes is the control center. So even though we had numerous reports from all kinds of different sources regarding a new control center coming to iOS 17, on the first release on Beta 1, we saw nothing here. The only change you will see here is a small change right there at the now playing stuff, and right here we have a new toggle to ping the Apple Watch, and that's it. Nothing has changed on the control center. I would actually expect Apple to make a bigger change on the control center with the second beta, or maybe even with a third beta of iOS 17. So this is actually quite a big feature, and it would be great if Apple would do something like this. Change the control center. Based on the rumors, it should be changed, but we have to wait and see for that. Other features that have been reported: for the lock screen, we didn't get the grid view. That most likely will come with the next few betas, most likely with the second beta, so that would actually be great. Because if you have created a lot of wallpapers, it actually takes some time and it's really annoying to swipe between them. Having a grid view here would be amazing. Another change that has been rumored to come to the lock screens on iOS 17 is the ability to share your lock screens just like you do with your Apple Watch watch faces. That would be a great feature as well. hopefully that is coming with beta 2 as well. Another thing are the music lyrics on the lock screen. We didn't get that with beta 1. Another feature that actually I would expect Apple to bring to iOS 17 with the second beta. So if you use Apple Music with the lyrics, you can see the lyrics right on your lock screen without having to use the app at all. Other changes that I would expect Apple to make on iOS 17 beta 2 are changes to the app library. This also has been reported by a couple of sources. It didn't change anything with beta 1. Also, we could get changes to the location services and also notifications, and there should be additional settings for notifications. These are also rumors, all that have been reported previously before the first beta of iOS 17, and all from very reliable sources who are actually very accurate on their reports. So we could expect those features to come with iOS 17 beta 1, which actually would be really exciting. It would make iOS 17 that much better. So let's talk about the release details of iOS 17 beta 2. When can you expect this update to be released? So first of all, iOS 17 beta 1 came at my device at around 2.5 gigs, so in the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So we could expect, of course, a way smaller update with beta 2, probably around 1 gig, and it will come next week. So with the first betas of iOS 17 and iOS 16 and all the big releases, Apple moves to a 2-week schedule. So that will probably go on for like 4 or maybe even 5 betas, and then like a month before the public release, they will go on a weekly schedule. So we had the first beta right here on June 5th, and I would expect Apple to actually release the second beta right here. Most likely it will be this upcoming week, so it would be on a Tuesday or maybe even Monday, but I believe it will be on a Tuesday, so that will be June 20th when Apple will release the second beta of iOS 17. Of course, from now on, we are continuing again with a 2-week schedule when it comes to iOS 17 releases, and then the next beta will most likely be on the first week of July. That should be July 3rd or the July 4th. And then most likely somewhere here around the mid of July, either on the 11th or the 18th, we will also get the public beta release of iOS 17. Even though with a change that Apple has made, making the dev beta free for everyone, I don't know why they would release a public beta, because already everyone that wants to have iOS 17 will be able to actually just update from the settings without having to enroll on any beta program at all. So that would be very easy for everyone. We don't actually need a public beta at all. But of course, that's the point when Apple thinks that iOS 17 is stable enough for the public to test it out. So of course, they will release a public beta. So should you update to iOS 17 beta 2? Well, if you already have the first beta, there's nothing bad updating to beta 2. Most likely it will be more stable, have a lot of fixes, and of course a bunch of new features and changes. But if you don't have iOS 17 beta 1 on your device and you're on iOS 16, I think if you have just a daily device and you use that device on a daily basis, you don't have backup device, make sure that you don't install it. It's quite stable. I'm really surprised with this update, but I wouldn't actually recommend it on a daily driver. If you have like a spare device and you just want to try it out, go ahead, try it out. Otherwise, wait for a few more weeks before you try to install iOS 17 on your device, because it will be more stable, and of course it would run way better on your device, especially if you have an older device. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. iOS 17 is turning out to be a great update until now. Hopefully they will go on like this, have all these cool new features on iOS 17. All these that we mentioned on this video hopefully will make it to iOS 17, would make this a great update. Again, expect a new wallet app, changes to the control center, grid view for the lock screen, sharing for the lock screen, and all those cool features. So that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. For more iOS 17 videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.